so that you can all get this webinar presentation afterwards. Okay, today we'll cover the Ironman dream to become an Ironman, and we'll go into the structure of the program. I have provided my email address by the end of this presentation, and please reach out to me through email with questions related to the program, to the webinar, or really any training related questions. Also, it would be very neat if you'd like to share your progress during training, and after the race, if you could give me a short race report. I'd love to be in with you on that. And any feedback on the program, more than welcome. Okay, today we'll also talk about overload and recovery. I'll cover the swim. I believe that some of you might have some anxiety for the swim, so I'll briefly cover that today. We'll also talk a little bit about race preparation, and then the next webinar will be about 2 weeks before the event, and that will be more race day specific and more Ironman Malaysia specific. And this presentation, I'm recording it, so it will be available in a few days for all of you to download, to look at again in a recorded format. And again, please don't hesitate to send me an email if you have any questions. So now, close your eyes, visualize crossing the finish line at Ironman Malaysia, and to hear those words, those famous words, "You are an Ironman." It's a magical moment. I recommend you all to search both on the ironman.com site and on YouTube and similar sites to search for Ironman motivational videos. They are good resources to have banked in the memory during training and during the race. It will be ups and downs during race and also during training. So when you have a tougher period, it's good to dig deep and find those motivational moments from Ironman motivational videos. There are several of them out there, so please search for that. Regarding the Ironman topic, you often hear two quite different messages getting across. One would be, it's as tough as it gets, and the other one would be that anyone can do it, or by all means, anything is possible. To my experience, they are both very, very true, despite being so diametrically different from each other. And training for an Ironman is a huge challenge, but it also brings a lot of positive effects to life. Yeah, sorry for that. Training for an Ironman is a huge challenge, but it brings a lot of positive effects to life. So during this period of hard training, please remember to balance life, balance work, balance family, and by all means, balance training as well. I often talk about the 5 pillars of Ironman training to my clients, and they are balance, consistency, endurance, adaptability, and recovery. Balance, triathlon is a sport in and of itself. It's not a combination of swimming, biking, and running. And we need to balance our strengths and weaknesses of the different disciplines to become athletes who train and race holistically. Consistency, triathlon is a lot about consistency, to train consistently, to race consistently, but also to try to weave together work, family, and a challenging workout schedule. The road to the finish line should be paved with a realistic program that allows us to invest to go further. Endurance, really any sport that you're training for should reflect the sport that you're doing. If you want to become good at playing tennis, for example, you should train tennis. Same thing with triathlon. If you want to become good at triathlon, you should train triathlon. And Ironman are ultimately a test of endurance. So endurance training is the base for completing and doing an Ironman event. Adaptability, setting goals for an Ironman race, that's only part of the journey. We must be prepared to adjust. We must try to be flexible and to respond to things happening, respond to our bodies, respond to our lives to prevent illness, injury, or burnout. So please listen to your body. Recovery. Successful training incorporates a spectrum of intensity. There are workouts that are tough, full throttle workouts, but also rest and recovery. And remember that it's those valleys that make the peaks possible, and both of them are equally essential to real progress. Remember to recover between training sets. Remember to do the easy workouts easy so that you can manage to do the hard workouts hard. And again, consistency is key. So don't train so hard today so that you cannot train tomorrow. Ironman is an endurance event. It's not a 100-meter sprint. So this program consists of the last 12 weeks of training. Hopefully you all have some sort of base training period behind you. The structure of the program is a simple 3-week cycle consisting of 2 load weeks and 1 recovery week. The training load will, which factors in both intensity and time, will gradually increase over these 12 weeks with a slight dip every 3rd week. That is, of course, then the recovery weeks. The program describes swim, run, and bike sessions, but I've also included strength and flexibility sessions, and also triathlon-specific brick sets, where bike workouts and run workouts are staples on top of each other like bricks. Most sessions are described with a number, RPE number, rate of perceived exertion or effort, if you like, a number between 1 and 10, where 1 would be very, very easy and 10 would be very, very hard. I've also added a short description of the objective of the set to guide you in the training. And if the objective, for example, is to add endurance, there is no use in that particular training set to go into anaerobic sprints, as that would defeat the purpose of that specific workout. There is, as I just mentioned, gradually increasing training load over time over this program, and the load will slightly dip every 3rd week to meet demands of recovery so that you can go at it again next cycle. And that is depicted in this graph with the sawtooth pattern. That is the blue line. The idea behind this is that your body will be stronger going into the 2nd cycle than it was going into the 1st cycle. and to meet this new fitness level, the training load will be slightly increased. After 2 harder weeks, there is a recovery week, and then that pattern repeats itself in total of 4 times. And with this, your form will increase during these 12 weeks and peak by the end of race week. Okay? So, as I see it, there are 3 parts to become a successful, healthy, and injury-free athlete. There is nutrition, there is rest, and there is training, and they are all needed. Recovery is necessary to gain the benefits from the heavier training weeks. Your muscles, your aerobic fitness, by all means your mental fitness, they all need these 3 parts, training, nutrition, and rest, to become stronger and improve. And again, there are in the program easier workouts, and it's important to do these easier workouts easy so that the following harder workouts can be done hard. And again, there are also easier weeks, recovery weeks during the program, and it's important to take it a bit easier during these weeks for the body to be able to rebuild, to regain strength, and to be prepared for the coming heavier weeks. Finally, if you want to become good at, for example, running, then you need to run. If you want to become good at playing soccer, then you should train soccer. If you want to become good at triathlon, you need to train triathlon. And so there are in the program specific sets, brick sets, that will prepare you for the specific demands of triathlon. And also there are long sets, long training sessions, 2 to 5 hours of running and biking. And these will prepare you for the endurance event that an Ironman race is. So about the Ironman swim, I believe some of you might feel a bit anxiety about the swim. First of all, there is an excellent guide on ironman.com that you can find there. It's called Swim Smart. It's an initiative from Ironman organization. I recommend you to read it through, to download it, read it through. It's an excellent and good guide, so please do that. Then Ironman Malaysia practice a so-called rolling start and self-seating start pens. What this means practically is that there will be a few athletes, 3 to 5 athletes, starting every few seconds. And your individual timing will not start until you cross a timing map that's down by the waterfront. So this means a less crowded swim. And I advise you to please feed yourself into swim time groups that you really think is the right one for you. Per my experience, more men tend to overrate their swim and more women tend to underrate their swim. By feeding yourself into the correct group, your swim, as well as your fellow competitors' swim, will be a better one. You will not need to worry about getting, quite literally swum over to, so to say, fight with other swimmers. And if you're a faster swimmer, you will not need to zigzag between slower swimmers. The swim location where the Ironman Malaysia swim is in usually very, very, very calm water. It's a sea swim, but it's inside a bay, a well-protected bay. There are a few islands blocking the inlet to the bay from the open sea. So there are no waves breaking where the swim is. And IRONMAN Malaysia has a great setup in terms of safety. Loads of resting pontoons. There are many kayaks and many more measures like visibility, flags, and things to make the swim experience as enjoyable as possible. Per my experience, the swim location at IRONMAN Malaysia, compared to many other Ironman events, is an outstanding swim location. Okay, it's about 2 months to go until race day, a little bit less, but about 2 months. But I would like to advise you all to start already today to plan for race day and also for the days leading up to the event. Start to think about what will you be wearing and using in terms of clothes, shoes, helmets, equipment, what bike, technical equipment, and so on. And also energy and hydration, minerals and salts. What will you have? How much? When will you consume it, and so on and so forth. Check out the on-course aid stations. If not available now, check out last year's aid stations. It will probably be quite the same. And test out the provided nutrition so that you know how your body reacts to those brands that are provided and how to handle it. Use your long runs already this coming weekend and long rides to test race gear and race nutrition. Make it sort of a pre-race experience and make it planned. By all means, make a written plan for what clothes and so on you will have and what energy you would use. Plan that. Try it out during the weekend. Evaluate. How did it feel? Did it shake? How was my stomach tackling the isotonic drinks or whatever you've had? And then reiterate to the next weekend. Make small changes if needed and test again. Also, if you haven't already booked and planned and made travel and accommodation arrangements, I think it's time to start to do that. Check out where the registration for the race is, when the registration is. Check out race briefing, when and where is that, and take that into account when you're making your travel arrangements. All this to lessen the stress of race week for your first Ironman. And also, please, if you haven't been to Langkawi, if you haven't been to Malaysia, check out the location climate. It's quite hot, it's quite humid, so please prepare for that. Okay, the next webinar will be closer to race day, about 2 weeks before race day. And that will be much more IRONMAN Malaysia race specific. A preliminary date is November 2nd, but IRONMAN Malaysia Facebook and IRONMAN Malaysia webpage will let you know the exact date of that. Finally, my contact details. Here's my email address, tony.n.persson gmail.com. Please don't hesitate at all. If you have any questions regarding training, regarding the training program, regarding IRONMAN Malaysia race, anything really, just shoot me an email. I'll do my best to answer as quick as possible, as good as possible. And also, this webinar, I've recorded it. So this will be on the, this will be shared by IRONMAN Malaysia. So if you came in late, or if you want to recheck anything of what I've said and shared, you can do that in a few days when the video has been edited. Thank you all for listening. Again, please please send me an email if you have any questions. And yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you very much.